Hey guys, my name is Nora Franche, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessedness Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. All right. Hi, friends. We are reading from Daily Reflections, page 184. You're reading for June 24th. A spiritual kindergarten. We are only operating a spiritual kindergarten in which people are enabled to get over drinking and find the grace to go on living to better effect. That is from As Bill Sees It, page 95. When I came to AA, I was run down by the bottle and wanted to lose the obsession to drink, but I didn't really know how to do that. I decided to stick around long enough to find out from the ones who went before me. All of a sudden, I was thinking about God. I was told to get a higher power, and I had no idea what one looked like. I found out there are many higher powers. I was told to find God as I understand him, that there was no doctrine of a Godhead in AA. I found what worked for me and then asked that power to restore me to sanity. The obsession to drink was removed, and one day at a time, my life went on, and I learned how to live sober. Yes, what is that line from the big book? Something about something about God. May you find him now. We say this tons of times, but it is a spiritual problem to a physical malady, right? Let's see. Without help, it is too much for us, but there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Half measures availed us nothing. Yeah. Okay. So it's in chapter 5, how it works. Oh, which I'm on with my sponsee right now. Okay. So anyway, we are reading about the necessity of a higher power here. And something that came up at a recent meeting I was in was actually what is your God as you understand him? Like, how is that experience for you? Or at least that's what I remember from the meeting. And I remember sharing a little bit about, and I've shared this before on the podcast, but like how frustrated I was with regards to my relationship with my higher power and like that general distance that I felt that I didn't want, but was there. And I think an exercise I was taught in the beginning of program was to, like, when you're trying to not create, but when you're trying to know this God as you understand him, what do you need from a higher power? Who is God to you? And I remember just not liking what I came up with, what I wrote down of like what I perceived God to be, because it was scary. It was intimidating. It was not a kind presence. It was more so someone I just didn't want to rock the boat, kind of wanted to stay under the radar. And I've been doing a lot of work personally to try to heal that image, because from everything I know from spiritual leaders and people who are farther ahead of me in program, and from spiritual writings and just the fathers of the church and all this stuff, it's just that is not God. And so much what I do in coaching is I just help you figure out if the thoughts in your head are from God or not. Is that God, or is it not God? That's all we need to figure out, because if it's not God, we need to get rid of that. It's not helpful. It's not taking us somewhere good. And so it's actually from the work in coaching that's helped me refine my understanding of my higher power, but also to better understand how he talks and the tone of his voice. And I've come to this place of starting to catch and identify thoughts in my head. And it's just like, is that my higher power's voice? Is it tender? Is it soothing? Is it peaceful? Is it calling me to greatness? Or is it beating me up, shaming, blaming, condemning? Because those are not God. I know that. It's easier for me to say, oh yeah, no, that's not God. God doesn't do that. But it was harder for me to tease apart the voices in my head, the way we talk to ourselves, and figure out, or actually realize, is that the way your higher power would talk to you? And I think I've just had to do a lot of healing, and I have a lot more to go about the way that my higher power actually talks to me, because something that can be more helpful is like, well, would someone who's good and kind and loving say that to another human? I'd be like, oh goodness, no. They would never talk like that. And then they're just like, yeah. So why is this a default of your own in the way that you perceive your higher power to see you? So I don't know if I'm making sense right now. I think what I want to do is challenge you guys to get very descriptive in the way that you see your higher power and the way you understand him to be. I want you to write down adjectives. I want you to write down everything that you think about this higher power, every thought that you have, every fear. Do like a 4th step on your higher power. Every fear, every resentment, every perception, good and bad, that you have of your higher power. And then go through ones that are not good and loving and challenge them. Because I think that's the only way that we can start to heal our image of our higher power. Because why does it even matter? Because it is our higher power. It is our relationship with our higher power that the big book tells us is going to save us. Without help, it is too much, but there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Our recovery depends on it. So if there is something blocking you and stopping you from approaching your higher power, from embracing a life with your higher power, that has to be smashed, or you will not get the recovery that you deserve. With that, I pass.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you are here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess, and I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.